Christmas is canceled at our house this year. A couple of months ago, we told all of our friends and family that we will not be buying gifts for anybody this year, and we will not be accepting gifts from anybody this year. So to not buy us anything. If you absolutely must spend money on us, you can buy us household supplies, or you can pay a bill. That is all we will be accepting.
I'm starting to think about Christmas, and I'm gonna be honest, I think we should just boycott these companies this year. I'm not even thinking about it from a political perspective, even though everything is political, right? But I'm looking at it more from a we're all struggling kind of perspective. It's really messing me up the way that people are just avoiding the things that are happening in our world, our country, our society.
Apparently, sometimes the obvious has to be said. And in case you did not know, Christmas is motherfucking canceled this year. Like, we're not spending money, people. If you don't need something, do not buy it. Shopping local, don't do it. Like, I'm sorry to all the business owners. I'm in the service industry, and I think people should not be eating out. Like, we are all going to have to get uncomfortable if we're going to make any change. So yeah, Christmas is fucking canceled. If you really feel the need to buy something, and I might do this, to be honest, get your kids a nice advent calendar and call it a fucking year.
So everybody is on here crying and complaining about the food stamps. But what I want to know is how are we going to make a difference? We're not going to make a difference just by protesting, okay? Number one, people are not getting food stamps because of the president and the government shutdown or whatever you want to call it. So all these protests and things that people are doing is not going to fix the problem. What's going to fix the problem is if people actually stop spending money with these rich ass companies and just fucking either buy groceries or necessities that you need. Don't buy any gifts. Christmas is canceled. You understand me? Christmas is canceled. All of that extra shit. Fuck these motherfucking people. Fuck these fucking rich ass companies. Fuck all of that shit. Just buy food. And if you're getting your food stamps taken away, do what you can do, but don't buy no toys. Don't buy no material things. Don't buy no fucking clothes. All food and necessities. These real rich people have to feel what the fuck we mean, because damn, they taking food stamps. Next is going to be Social Security. It's going to be all of that. They talking about Medicaid. These people, they don't give a fuck about us. Now it's time to save your money. Save every last goddamn dollar you got, because
Greetings, my lovely people, and welcome back to my channel. So a large number of white Americans have joined the Christmas boycott, and they are saying no more overspending, no more feeding greedy corporations, and no more pretending that everything is fine while prices skyrocket and their paychecks shrink. They are being tired of being squeezed dry by corporations raising prices on things like groceries, gifts, while the government cuts food stamps, and turning a blind eye. And they are saying, we are the consumers and we hold the power, and we are tired of funding our own misery. So let's get to see the reactions. Then we come back with commentary, and kindly hit the subscribe button and share thoughts in the comments. All right, let's dive into it.
Y'all talking about cancel Christmas. Baby, because me and my kids, my family, will still be celebrating our Lord and Savior. What y'all need to be talking about is canceling consumerism. Stop buying things at these big box brand stores, Target, Walmart, whatever. Y'all better start going to thrift stores, mom and pop shops, all these small companies. That's where you need to be getting your stuff if you're really going to be giving Christmas presents this year. On top of that, Christmas is not about giving gifts. There are so many other ways that you can celebrate the holiday season without doing gift giving. So no, I will not be buying at big box brand stores, but I definitely will be celebrating my Jesus this year.
Hey guys, so when I said cancel Christmas, a few people got it a little twisted. I never said cancel love. I never said cancel family. I said cancel the greed. Cancel the corporations that jack up prices all year long, then guilt trip us into debt for a holiday that they turn into a business model. Look around. The same companies that lay off people are the ones pushing billion-dollar ad campaigns, telling you to spend more. The same politicians cutting health care and raising food costs will post photos in matching pajamas, talking about the reason for the season. Nah, we see it now. And for the moms saying, but my kids won't understand. Sis, that's exactly why this matters so much. It's powerful. It's a powerful lesson for them to know love isn't something you buy. It's something you build. To learn that joy doesn't come from what's wrapped under that tree, but from who's sitting around it. Canceling Christmas isn't about being cold. It's about being conscious. It's about saying, you don't get to profit off my struggle anymore. If you want to celebrate, do it, but do it with intention. Cook at home. Trade handmade gifts. Donate. Volunteer. Be present, not pressured. And if you must go out and spend with local-owned business or minority-owned businesses in your neighborhood. It's going to be okay. This is how we fight back, quietly, powerfully, but refusing to feed the machine that's been feeding on us. So yeah, I said it once and I'll say it again. Cancel Christmas. Celebrate each other instead.
I'm starting to think about Christmas, and I'm gonna be honest, I think we should just boycott these companies this year. I'm not even thinking about it from a political perspective, even though everything is political, right? But I'm looking at it more from a we're all struggling kind of perspective. It's really messing me up the way that people are just avoiding the things that are happening in our world, our country, our society. And we are just so consumed by little treats and just the despair that a lot of people are just avoiding what's happening because they think that's just the best way to handle this. And I think that we can make a really big impact if we decide to boycott these companies this year.
Okay, here are some ways that I am prioritizing keeping our money in our communities. The first thing is I'm prioritizing secondhand and handmade gifts. So if you are receiving a gift from me this year for the holidays, it will likely be either something that I made with my hands or something that I found secondhand or something that made me think of you that I found in my local community. I am not giving my money to large corporations for knickknacks. I know that during the holidays, there's a big push of like little lotions and hand soaps and stuff. I am taking the time instead of doom scrolling on my phone to create some gifts. And I'm starting to think about that now. It is the middle of October. I don't want it to be Christmas week and then I'm there frantically trying to figure out what to give my daughter's teacher and end up falling into that trap. In the past, I have had an Amazon wish list for my daughter for items that we may want for her and all that stuff. And I think I've come to realize after not having an Amazon account for a few months now, that a lot of the things that we end up buying on there are actually not really necessities. I know that for a lot of people, it could be if you live in a remote area where you can't access that's a different story. But I live in a very busy, easy to access location. So I don't need a lot of the things that are on Amazon. And if I do, I can find them at a local store. For my daughter, this year, instead of sending an Amazon wish list, I will be sending a link to her 529 account so that if you are planning to spend $10 to $20, whatever it is, on a gift for her, I would actually prefer you put that money towards her education fund. This is just like an example of small actionable ways in which I am participating in the economy or refusing to participate in this economy. I think that it's very easy for you to just say, well, I'm going to just buy this. Like, no, take assessment of the things that you really absolutely need. I think that we are underreacting to what's going on in the world right now, and specifically in this country. There's no reason why a bag of Tostitos costs $9.99 when the minimum wage is like $12 an hour. What do you mean that it takes me an hour of labor for me to be able to buy a bag of chips? That is insane and dystopian. And I think we have the power to send a message.
Yeah, I think Christmas is canceled this year. No Black Friday, no Cyber Monday, none of them bullshit sales prices that they try to pass on for people. Don't nobody else need no more TVs. We don't need no more TVs. TVs getting cheaper, but food getting higher. That's crazy. I just saw a 60-inch in Walmart for like $250. I'm not bullshitting. I'm telling you, the American people have the opportunity over the next 2 quarters to completely cripple these corporations. Because this is the holiday season, ain't nobody buying no turkeys, ain't nobody buying no Hot Wheels, and then them Barbie dream houses. And then come tax season, next quarter, ain't nobody buying and splurging on nothing else. And of course, election season is coming up. If they suffer for 2 straight quarters, 2 of the most important quarters of either one of their fiscal years, I'm telling you, man, these corporations gonna completely put their money behind the Democrats. They're gonna put their money behind all them folks in blue. And if there's one thing I know about the corporate level, they want their money. All right. Their favorite color is green. They don't care nothing about red and blue. They're opportunists. They want that bread. And here's the thing. We can buy all the necessities as long as we don't buy all that extra shit. They're going to suffer. hard.
Take 5. So let's talk about boycotting Christmas, because I think we're going to boycott Christmas. This is one of the biggest things we can do, is to boycott Christmas. The companies rely on our dollars, but they also take and pay using the dollars we give them to influence our government. And therefore, the government only passes policy for them. So that means we need to take away their power. So in order to take away their power, we're going to boycott non-essential purchases. But Christmas falls in between here and midterms. So I do not do gifts anymore with the grandkids. I have too many of them, and I've been doing this for a few years. I saw that the viral videos around people playing those cup games and whatever. Well, I had a whole bunch of these little tiny bags that I bought at the dollar store years back. So I put candy in them, and then certain dollar denominations. And then we set it up on the table, and I make sure that I have the right amount of bags for them to select so many times, and that everybody gets an even amount. Some bags have $1. Some bags have 5. Some have 10. Some have 20. You don't necessarily have to do a significant amount of money for kids to feel like this is great. Because the first year I did this, instead of getting them gifts, they were all so excited. And of course, a couple of the little kids ended up getting all the big dollars, like the 20s. Yeah, I had one grandson who was like 7. He ended up getting all 3 20s. But it's a luck of the draw game. And the kids found it to be a lot more fun than actually opening a gift that they're going to like anyways. Because grandma doesn't have a clue what they like, and grandma doesn't have good taste as far as they're concerned. But I'm just sharing with you how you can still have a Christmas with your kids, but not feed the consumer machine.
I don't think Christmas is in our budget this year. Really curious on how many other people are going to skip Christmas this year. You can give gifts any time of the year. You can show, being grateful or appreciative, or just giving gifts to see someone smile any time of the year. Black Friday, reason why they have Black Friday? It's because a lot of companies are in the red right now. They usually are towards the end of the year, and they want to get into the black, i.e. Black Friday. They don't care about us. Why should we care about them? Stay in the red. Peace.
I already saw my first Christmas commercial. It was from Walmart. Please, can we have a different Christmas this year? You guys, it's so important. We can't go out spending a ton of money on useless shit. I don't want to go to Goodwill Outlet and see like mountains and mountains of Christmas shit that people threw away after the holiday. Christmas trees, Christmas lights, Christmas ornaments. Please reuse your stuff from last year, guys. Please, talk to your kids and be like, hey, since the world and society is crumbling, we're going to make a decision of integrity this year, and we're not going to be buying a bunch of brand new toys. Now, so what you could do, though, if you do want to buy your kid toys, is you could go on eBay and you could buy cool collectible Lego sets and stuff like that, pre-owned stuff. Maybe just start thinking creatively. And instead of going shopping for fun, how about just cooking a cozy meal for fun? Or baking some cookies with people, or watching a Christmas movie on a DVD instead of buying the streaming services. But anyway, stuff like that. It's the best thing that we can do to not spend our money. That's all we have to do. Literally all we have to do is not spend money, and we could change everything. We own all this shit. We're just not we're not taking the steps to have the power, and literally all we have to do to have the power is stop spending our money.
I just saw the first post of the season about gift ideas for the hard to buy for person in your life. It's not even Halloween. Why are we doing this every year? We don't need any of this shit. So we will still be decorating for Christmas and going to Christmas parties and doing whatever Christmassy things, but just no gifts. And I think a lot of people should be doing this. And I actually know a couple people who are doing this, and I love the idea. So it's not too late to tell all your friends and family not to buy you shit.
Me and my kids are not participating in Christmas this year, but before you go and call us a bunch of Grinches, hear me out, okay? So I was born in the 80s when I believed Christmas actually served a purpose. However, today I don't think it does. I think it is a waste. I think it is an entire scam. Stay with me. So back in the 80s, you only got things on your birthday or Christmas. If you had holes in your pants, tough shit, you're gonna run around with holes in your pants until your Christmas or your birthday. So those 2 days are not near, you're going to be running around with holes in your pants. Fast forward to today, if you want a new pair of pants, you just go get that new pair of pants, okay? We are a society with Amazon and other freaking online stores at our fingertips. If we want something, we go and get it within reason, of course, okay? But we're not waiting for Christmas or birthdays to get the things that we want. So why are we spending one day to buy more crap that we don't need? That just doesn't make sense to me, okay? Not only that, I value experiences, which obviously I'm my kids' parent, so they tend to kind of adopt whatever I think. So luckily, my kids also value experiences over things. Of course, they like nice things. I like nice things. However, experiences are just so much more valuable to us. And because we have a lot of experiences in life, we go cool places, we see cool things, we immerse ourselves into cultures, things just tend to not be as important.
Hey there, folks. My woke warriors, the fighters of fascism. Antifa, the avengers against authoritarianism. Well, since we're boycotting the holidays this year, we're gonna have to have some really hard talks with our kiddos and let them know that, well, Santa is not coming down the chimney this year. And we're gonna make it, bake it, or thrift store buy it. We're supporting small businesses. And like always, hillbilly ISIS.
When you think about it, this Christmas boycott is more than just keeping them all. It's a reflection of how deep frustrations are run in America. For years, we have watched CEOs cash in record profits while ordinary families struggle to afford basic needs, like food, groceries. We've seen prices go up, but the wages just stay flat, And when families ask for relief, what happens? The government cuts benefits, slashes food stamps, and tells everybody to tighten their belts. And meanwhile, corporations, they use every excuse, like wars, inflation, and even holidays, to jack up prices even further. So this boycott is symbolic. It's not just about saving money. It's about reclaiming power, People are saying, if we stop spending, maybe these corporations are going to listen, and maybe they're going to lower the prices, because with the consumers, we have the power to break the systems, Corporations only have power because people keep on buying to them. And here is the irony. Even those people who supported the government are not realizing that the system doesn't care who you are, doesn't care what color you are or who you voted for. When corporations get greedy, everybody bleeds, all right? So this Christmas, our families are choosing something different. Some are choosing spending time with the loved ones, visiting the orphans or even the poor, buying from local businesses, promoting the local businesses, cooking at home, and even making homemade gifts, and refusing to fall for corporate traps. So this is a quiet form of protest, but it speaks louder than any post online. And this is waking up people and reminding Americans that their dollars are powerful, that every purchase or even lack of one is a vote for the kind of world that they need. So this Christmas won't be about overspending, decorating the Christmas trees, buying gifts, expensive gifts that people don't even need. People are finally standing up, and all they want is fairness, dignity, and the right not to be exploited by the same system they help build. So are you going to boycott Christmas where you are? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. And thank you so much for tuning in. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share. Have a good one. I'll see you in the next video.